The central theme, as I said, this year is that of providing greater access for women in technology, in the sciences. How far have we come?
Good evening, and thank you very much, Lerato, for inviting us. Happy International Women's Day to you too. We have moved some way toward advancing women in science and technology, and particularly, I think, in this regard, in higher education, and of course, given the Millennium Development Goals, we have met the injuncture of the MDGs that we should ensure that girls have equal access to compulsory education, and we've met that goal as South Africa.
Now, the irony is that global economies are recovering, and it's believed that women will be the drivers of this international recovery. And yet, when we talk about marginalization, disenfranchisement, it's women all over again. How do you see events panning out?
Well, the fact of women's participation in the improving economic climate in several countries in the world is a result of the opportunities that have been opened up to women of access to education, and especially to higher education. When we look at statistics of our universities worldwide, women are clearly now in the majority, and this is very positive. However, when you look at statistics on poverty, it's a contradictory picture, because most of the vulnerable of the world are poor women, particularly in Asia and Africa. So the battle is not fully won. Advances have been made in the past 100 years of marking this important day, but much more still needs to be done.
Just by way of giving women technological support, especially in industries where we don't see a lot of women engaged in, but which are drivers of the economy, areas such as manufacturing, areas such as textile, design, how much of a concerted effort is there to ensure that there's technological access for women in strategic areas of the economy?
There's increased attention to women's access to these fields, but I think not as robust as it should be. Certainly in South Africa, in terms of what are called the STEM subject domains, your science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, we are providing increased support to women's access in terms of higher education as well as in terms of industry. But women still are a minority in many of these fields. So through a number of initiatives, through scholarships, through internship support, through encouraging industry to take on women as engineers, through encouraging professional companies to allow women to complete their professional training in the engineering fields, there is an opening up. But it's still not as significant as we would all like it to be. Another area that we're certainly working on is looking at improving mentorship support by senior scientists and technologists, so that women actually perform not just in terms of access to careers, but in innovation, in publication, in those areas that matter in the sciences and the engineering domains.
I'm glad you've underscored innovation, because that's your particular bugbear, is we need to really encourage people to think outside the box. You've also lamented the fact that those people with wonderful ideas often don't patent their ideas in South Africa. Just by way of the female differential on innovation, on registering ideas and getting those projects followed through, what would you say the picture's like now?
We just had a report a year ago from NACI, which is our National Advisory Council on Innovation. They have a subcommittee that annually reports on women's performance in science, engineering, and technology, with particular attention to postgraduate qualification, as well as innovation participation through registration of patents and production of commercial outcomes from those patents. The report clearly points to some successes, but still emphasizes the need to ensure that the institutional mechanisms are strengthened to pay particular attention to encouraging women to be full participants in these fields. We have a very exciting award in South Africa called the Technology Top 100 Award that's led by the Da Vinci Institute in partnership with Science and Technology. And it's been great to see women's-led technology companies coming into being and winning awards due to providing commercial products that really begin to be utilized in the commercial stage. So women are coming forth. I think companies are coming into being. We are seeing scientists as entrepreneurs, but much more would need to be done to have the kind of impact that I believe all of us want to see as we emphasize the importance of innovation and of science and technology.
A final question and a brief comment, Minister. Now, we know that South Africa is often lauded for a great constitution, for policies of affirmative action, for gender quotas, but we're still experiencing many setbacks when it comes to society changing, patriarchy. I'm talking here about issues of family violence, sexual violence against women, continued racial discrimination, and continued discrimination of women in the workplace, where only 5% of listed companies have female CEOs. How do you see the problem, and what could we do to address these issues?
Well, the problem is, as you stated it, the way we address it is we don't stop being activists. We must continue to fight for those spaces as women together. We must use all means available to us through public media and other fora to ensure that, in fact, women have opportunity.